Let's play a song.
Send me away via subspace. Beam me a message from home. Cast me a hello in hollow. Tell me I'm not all alone. The corridors are narrow and the rations miss the mark as we fly like Xeno's arrow past the sparkles in the dark. I think of home and what I miss is picnics in the park. Though send me away via subspace. Tap me a line or two, because though we grow distantly, relativistically, I'm coming home to you. One evening as the sun went down and our cooking coals were glowing, down the path came a party hiking, and they said, folks, we're all going. We're yearning for a portal far away in a tavern full of shouting. So join us, friends, and let's descend deep into Undermountain, deep into Undermountain. There run dungeons hot and cold, where the monsters surge and pushes, and the youngest runes are old, where the mimics all lie waiting, and the goblin werebats roost. All the wisps and wasps and the mezzo-loss, the hidden pit where we'll all plummet deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, all our blades will sing like choirs, as our arrows strike like drum beats, and our green flame pops and pyres. Our barbarian will stomp a brood as the rogues dance shadow play. Oh, we're sworn to go at a great tempo. We'll chant our spells as we now delve deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, you'll always find new gear, and your old mundane accoutrement can be handed down, don't fear. The magic items you'll attune and the artifacts you'll find. There's armor with gems and weird potions and a propeller hat that lets you ascend deep into Undermountain. Deep into Undermountain, the mad wizard stood gates so folks can open portals. He left clues to activate. He has a thing for puzzles and he likes to throw his voice. We're going to delve to where he dwells, to the lowest tower, to seek his power deep into Undermountain. I'll see you there, the lowest lair, deep into Undermountain.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and
Just let your mind float downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and tonight y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the magical world of HermitCraft. I am actually running a little bit low on some equipment, so we're going to go ahead and gather some diamonds, as those are the materials that kind of fuel our economy. Now, as you may know, in the real world, or what we call the prime material plane over here in America, we are also paying rent and things with U.S. abacus beads. So tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat as well. Thanks to the 2 streams we did earlier today, we are currently only $4 away from our next face camera expansion milestone, and only $44 away from the entrance of the Joust. This is indeed my 3rd stream of the day, so we're only going for 90 minutes right now. This is going to be kind of a chill mining and resource gathering stream. I need to grab some diamonds. I need to grab some copper, possibly. I know copper doesn't show up super often this low, but the diamonds will be really good. So here we go. Just mining and looking fine while we do it. Oh yeah. So fine, I'm gonna put a hat on, 'cause I like the hat. Okay. Let's make sure we've got the Discord open so we can say hi to Technologic, Nola, and Lakshmi13 over there in the Discord. Welcome to Coconut, Nez, Emily, Typical Human, Barbecue Sauce, Nutmeg Soup, that one guy, and Quill, as well as Polaris Northstar, Golden Tetrapod, Enzo in the YouTube. Anybody else? I think we got them, everybody. And Iconic Anemone as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Centauratron. And NJ Coffee Junkie as well. Whoops, let's grab... So apparently there's a lot of gravel down here. Now that's actually good for us, because we do actually need a ton of gravel for making concrete powder. So even though that's not like our primary objective down here, it would be foolish of me not to gather it as we go. And hey, maybe we'll reveal some diamonds in the process. We don't really need iron right now, so we're going to leave the iron. We can always come back for that on a future mining expedition if we need it. Okay. Yep. Primarily, right now we need diamonds and copper in the short term. Shortest term, we need diamonds. Mid-term, we need gravel and copper. I don't think we were going to find any copper this low, but, you know, dare to dream. It happens sometimes. Welcome, Bear. Glad you could hang out this evening. Just got through watching the first 30 minutes of the next episode that I'm editing on a rough cut. I'm very happy with how it turned out on the whole, but I don't think I'm going to be able to have it out the door tonight. Tomorrow, I've got my V-Rising stream in the morning, and then I've got a recording with some of the other hermits in the afternoon, but I think I can fit some editing time in there, in between, so hopefully we'll get this next episode out sometime in the middle of this week. There's a lot of stuff I want to do with visuals, when Scar and I are talking about the go-karts and the hospitals and things like that. So, yeah, I'm going to be thinking about my approach there extensively. Because I really like for the episodes to be something that I couldn't do on stream. And I think I have an approach that's going to work well for that, but time is always against us. Have fun on your way to Florida, Hack the Gibson. Good luck with your space launch. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Just doing some mining and I'm feeling real fine and I am hoping to discover diamonds too. They're shiny and blue and between me and you I can trade them for whatever hermits will vend me. I don't know what they're selling today, but I probably find a way to need it somehow. So I better get going gathering diamonds, wow. It's what the hermits tell me they all need. And who would I be if I didn't believe them when they say that? Mm-hmm. 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 La 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 pa 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 do 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 la da 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 da. Okay, so we have maxed out. Let's go ahead and get our first shulker filled up here with whatever we think we don't want to store in our offhand right now. It's funny, we had that one run where we just hit all the diamonds. We came out of that with like 6 blocks of diamonds one morning. If I don't mind diamonds from Doc's motivational sign, or don't I mind diamonds from Doc's sign like Green claims to? I didn't know we were allowed to do that. In fact, I assumed that we were not allowed to do that. Okay, we're going to mark where we came in. Gonna look around. Oh, diamonds. Okay, of course I've just put all of my blocks away. So now I don't have a good way to actually go recover those. Okay. So let's grab these real quick. Okay, and then we can take... So we got 7 minutes left on the fire resistance, right? So we take these deep slate. Okay. So, if we want to go underneath there... Hey. Now, is that one going to have... Okay. So there's 2 deep slate diamond ore already, so that's nice. We do need to make sure we have at least 1 fireproof potion to get back through this, though. So don't use... So, yeah, so I need to go not further than... I don't think I brought any extra. I've got 2 more. I guess I could always pop the totem in a pinch, but I'd rather not. It's HermitCraft. There's not a rule against it. You can do it as long as you're only bothering Doc. If you covered somebody else's perimeter, it would be bad. But if it's Doc's perimeter, good job. Excuse me. Not the Beetlejuice. I shouldn't be belching. If you want to help us get to the Beetlejuice, we are $4 away from our next face camera expansion milestone, 44 away from the entrance of the Jost, and I guess by extension, like, a lot more from the entrance of the Beetlejuice. One of one players asleep. More diamonds. Whoops. Two clusters of 2 diamonds. Not particularly lucky. It's kind of a dramatic. Is that a mineshaft noise or a cave noise? Got some lapis here. Minecraft is not secretly a horror game, it's blatantly a horror game. Oh, good luck with the new appliance, Nola. Yeah, no, I'm nowhere near decked out. Anything could be a horror game if you try hard enough. Can I interest you in the terrible secret of Animal Crossing? The Terrible Secret of Animal Crossing was the first Let's Play that I read that made me think, oh, Let's Plays can be art. One of the most influential pieces of work in encouraging me to create my own Let's Play years later. We actually did. Frosty Plum, who I raid sometimes, actually joined me on stream once, one Halloween, to do a Terrible Secret of Animal Crossing live read. I did not realize it was going to take like 3.5 or 4 hours to read straight. It took so long. But, yeah. Oh, you know what? We could probably read... Can we read an excerpt of this while we mine? How would I set that up? It's probably a terrible way to do this. But yeah, if we wanted to read, like, the first chapter of The Terrible Secret of Animal Crossing while we mine. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from Enzo for 25. Thank you very much, Enzo. We were 4 away for the next expansion, so you got us there. Then 20 and 1 pass. That's 2 milestones. Let's go ahead and process both of those now. Here we go. Expand Joe. Dee-dee-dee-dee. And numero dos. Even larger Joe. Do-do-do-do. Yurgi says the days of the written LP. Do people still do that? Sometimes. I kind of do it on Twitter and Twitch sometimes. Or not Twitch, Tumblr. Sometimes I'll kind of post updates on what I'm doing on HermitCraft and like Twitter. It's not like as formal as doing it as like a forum chain or whatever, but yeah. The Terrible Secret of Animal Crossing. Part 1. Welcome to Camp. by Chewbot. So, I've always heard a lot of good things about Animal Crossing, but I never owned a GameCube. When it was released on the DS, it received such positive reviews I decided to give it a shot, despite the fact that it appears to have been created for small children. Actually, I'm reading this, I'm like, oh boy, maybe there's some insensitive stuff right here at the beginning. That's the thing, is sometimes when you read all the way through something, you forget that the intro to it is like, You know what? I'm not going to read this right now. I'm looking at this and I'm like, ooh, this might not be a good thing to read unfiltered. I'd still recommend it because it has artistic value, but there's a difference between me recommending people read something on their own and then me reading it aloud without, like, reviewing it better first. I don't think... You know what? I think I probably had skipped that overview, because that overview is written in the author's voice and has a very different tone than... You know what? Yeah, let me just read the first... Yeah, let me just scan this real quick. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of swearing in this. Yeah, I think there's a big difference between, like, what I might read on a planned Halloween After Dark horror stream and... Yeah, because, like, last time I read this, Corinne was 1. Last time I read this on stream, and it was, like, a intentionally, like, after-hours adults Halloween stream. So, yeah, you know what? Maybe we don't just throw that in the middle. But, yeah, the terrible secret of Animal Crossing is pretty scary. And it's very well written. No, Let's Plays were around way before YouTube. I used to read NetHack Let's Plays. Way, way back in the day. Like, let's see, I was in 7th or 8th grade. Maybe. No, maybe it was 9th grade. Still, but like, so that was what, 2000, I was reading Let's Plays from like, Usenet about NetHack. No, why? Wait, Stephanie Hall says TCG tonight. Why? That makes me think that the stream title change didn't go through. That seems like a question that would only get asked if the stream title hadn't updated properly. I am sorry if that's the case. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. HermitCraft. It should say HermitCraft 9 Chill Mining. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience with me on that. Okay. So it hopefully has now updated. If you refresh... Has it? I'm refreshing. Okay, cool. Cool. So, you know, a lot of other people are also asking about...
we pour water tank top and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the stream, and so I'll pause holding and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before, lay our head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all, Joe Hills from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chess tools breaking. Pickaxe from poof while talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. Then I'll click crafting quick, anvil time, enchant pick, then I'll replace the books in random chests with care. I'll tour my winery, I know there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swears, not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode. I've been working toward.
I can't edit without footage new. Once I'm all geared up.
Maybe we can start the show.
So let's go ahead and take down that setting up stream now sign. Woo! Get that out of here. As Nola always says, go on, get. Wait, there was more diamonds right there. What? I was gonna say we should probably get going and heading back. And yep, see, they usually spawn in clusters, so you see one, you mine around. Uh-oh. Okay. Still, we're up to 9 blocks of diamond ore, which is enough for us to presumably head back and be able to buy our box of rockets. That was the #1 thing encouraging us to go mining, was that we are out of rockets. #2 thing is we're out of totem, so we need to get more gold for Impulse. Impulse loves raw gold. It's his favorite. So, Space Demon, thank you for the warning about the diamonds on the ceiling. I did not see your warning until after I had already grabbed those. Hey, this is why we go a separate, different route back. So we see the diamonds that we wouldn't have seen otherwise. So we're running in parallel to our original route, just over 2 blocks, or 3 blocks. Hey, smiling strange, you're looking happily deranged. Could you settle to shoot me, or have you picked your target yet? Da da da, na 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 na. Hey Sandy, don't you talk back, na 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 na. Hey Sandy. 4 feet away, and a speech, it's the end of the day. We was only funnin', but guiltily I thought you had it coming. Na 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 na, hey Sandy. Yeah, 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 hey Sandy. Yeah. Every time, so we've got somebody in the chat named Polaris North Star. And the band that did the opening theme to Pete and Pete is named Polaris. And so I keep getting the opening theme, Hey Sandy, stuck in my head. So I was just like... But yeah, I gotta say though, back to the when will my stream begin song. That was one where I sent it over to Quinn. I was like, hey, Quinn, I've got a parody of this song from the Rapunzel movie. I'm not going to say which one because we're avoiding talking too much about struck work if we can. No promotions here. Sorry, Hollywood Studios. But And I'm like, Quinn, can you take this song and make something, do a parody of it? And Quinn's like, well, what style do you want it in? And I'm like, I don't know. Just whatever you think will sound good. And then maybe we could also do an Outska country version of it later, too. Quinn's like, okay, cool. And gets back to me with this, like, thing that just sounds like Ben Folds 5, who I in high school got so into Ben Folds 5. And one of my favorite bands back then. Folds' last album is interesting. His last album feels like, I would say he's trying to close out an era of his work. It feels like a capstone where he's like, I'm gonna just get every last idea that I had in this old style out and then pivot. And I'm excited to see if that... He hasn't announced that or said that anywhere. But just, as somebody who's been listening to his music for a long time, I think that's what he's going for. Just instinctively. And one thing one thing that hints at that heavily is that one of the first, I think it's the first track on there is called Wait, There's More. And just, I kind of feels like he intended for that to maybe be the last track of the album. I don't know. I'm very excited to see what he does next. Because this one felt like I said, like a end of an era type piece. Or set of pieces. And like, a lot of the songs are kind of like about like, they kind of have this vibe of like, trying to figure out how to move on or change up or whatever. I don't know. Like, or things being unsustainable. Like, it feels like the whole album is just like, I've been doing something for a while and now it's time for me to do something else. But let's try to go out with a bang, with this type of thing. I don't know. That's just the vibe I got from it. And so, I don't know. But yeah, that was a Ben Folds album, not a Ben Folds 5 album. Ben Folds 5, of course, had 3 people in it because the title of the band, or the name of the band, is a math joke, which might be part of why I like them, is because of dumb stuff like that. Hey, we're up to 16 diamond blocks, thanks to this return trip. But yeah, Ben Folds 5, Ben Folds has referred to it as a very traditional rock band, consisting of a drummer, a bassist, and a piano player. But yeah. Mind of Me says, I also got that feel from Rockin' the Suburbs. Maybe it's just something with his solo albums. The thing is, though, this is like, it feels to me like this latest album is like the end of the era that started after Rockin' the Suburbs. Like, if I pull up his discography, because I'm supposed to be mining, like, I would say that, like, Suburbs, where's his actual studio albums list? Yeah, so I would say that, like, this latest album called What Matters Most is kind of the closeout of the Songs for Silverman, Way to Normal era. Because, yeah, you're right, like, Rockin' the Suburbs was kind of like him closing out his earlier work era. And, like, Songs for Silverman was like him launching into something new. Way to Normal was a refinement of it. And What Matters Most feels like it's closing it out. Rob Dye says, Douglas Adams once wrote, the perfect number of books in a trilogy is 5. Yeah, there's a bit in one of the introductions where he welcomes the reader to his increasingly inaccurately named Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy trilogy, book 5, or something. Quill says, what would you say he's moving towards? I don't know yet, but that's why I'm excited. But I've actually, I got to see Ben Folds live with the Nashville Orchestra about a year ago. And he's been doing a lot of interesting stuff coordinating with orchestras and with training other musicians to work with orchestras in Washington, D.C. That's actually like his quote-unquote day job is teaching rock stars to feel comfortable working with orchestras so they can tour and do like orchestral shows. And like he was talking a lot about just like the things he so he was basically illustrating with the Nashville Symphony like some of the exercises he would make the rock stars do that would come to him for training and stuff. And it was really cool. So I would guess he's moving towards something more that way maybe. Or like he might be moving towards something totally different but built on the basis of that. Like I'm curious to see where he goes. Is my point. Because I will say, like, the Songs for Silverman Way to Normal era was not my favorite of his work. I really liked the early Ben Folds 5 stuff. I really liked some of the weirder songs he did. Like, he's got, like, all these super weird songs like Make Me Mommy and, I don't know. Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he's done too. Let's see. Ben Folds rock opera when? Yeah, I mean that could be cool. But honestly, I also really liked the work he did collaborating with Shatner on Has Been. So maybe he's going to move toward more collaborative weird stuff too, you know? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know where he's going next, but I am excited. Regardless, he's a remarkably competent artist whose interests sometimes overlap my own in terms of the art he wants to make and the art that I want to enjoy. I like him even when I don't like... Even when like he comes out with an album that I'm like, okay, this was interesting, but I don't know if I'm going to listen to it all the time. Like, you know, I still appreciate like what he was doing with it. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, this one might not have been for me. But like some of the stuff he's done, I'm like, oh, this is exactly for me, and I love it so much, right? You know? So it's just kind of one of those things, like... I'm excited to see what he does next, even if it's not always going to be for me. Okay. Let's make sure we didn't miss any of the good stuff in there. Redstone can go in here. This just doesn't feel like a lot of gold. But I've been giving Impulse like all of my gold all season. Mailman Dave says, if an artist is always hitting what you like, then they aren't necessarily doing a lot of different things. Yeah, that's the thing, is I like that Ben Folds is always kind of doing weird stuff on the side, but, like, his mainline stuff hasn't really been exactly what I was looking for lately. But, like... yeah, seeing him at the orchestra was really cool. Is Impulse a piglin? I don't know. I just know he needs, like, more gold than he has. So. I'm only going up one flight of stairs, so. Nola says, I used to tutor for a kid who wrote fantasy stories. Mom wanted her to branch out. I remember thinking that Agatha Christie did not branch out very far from mystery and nobody complained. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so this is the gold I've left him before. We're just going to throw some on the pile here. Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. That seems about right. And we need to go buy a... I'm realizing I did not put all this extra deep slate stuff away. We need to go buy a box of rockets, too. I sent him a message saying I'd left him a bunch of gold in there. He must know. He's probably just going to wait to redeem it all at once when next time he needs it for something. Because it's more visually impressive if you only cash it out when you need it. Box of rockets. 10 diamonds. La da 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 da. He's been using Scars materials lately. Oh, wait. What am I worried about? I've got a minute and a half of fire resistance. We can go right into here. It's fine. And a bunch of totems. I got plenty of totems. Okay. So, elytra-wise, we're doing pretty good, actually. So let's grab that and put that in there. Yep. Cash box is fine. Neon says, why is the cash box full of lava? Oh, we were having mobs spawn while we were working on our tokens. The tokens will ultimately have glowstone in them and stuff, which is part of the reason I needed to go get diamonds so I could go buy more glowstone. And while the copper cooked, we needed to go get more copper. We were kind of mining so the copper had time to cook too. Doc must have got back at me by putting lava in the cash box. Oh no. Yeah, so I guess the solution to this is going to be to put this extra blocks in here and then to also form of a block of copper. No one on HermitCraft would use lava in a prank. Yeah, I know, you're right. Oh yeah, we were actually supposed to go up and out here. So we need to go use the cutter. Cutter, cutting up blocks. Slicey, 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 cut. Okay. Lava on my HermitCraft. Impossible. Where's my potion box? Yeah, we might want the rest of these now. Wrong. Let's also put that away. Use those 34 diamonds later. It's more likely than you'd think. Slow falling. Glad I took that potion of slow falling. Can you actually climb up lava? Oh yeah, I guess you'd have to be able to swim out of it. So that's fun. Okay, so if I just start putting some blocks in here, though. Oops. It's over too far. Dun 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 dun. I don't want to cover the lava sources, but in this case I have no choice. That one's in the way. Okay. Tokens! Gonna have all the tokens we could ever need. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 tokens. Gonna get a bunch of them tokens. Enough for all our friends' tokens. Oh yeah, Pinball is so hot right now, you guys. Dun 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 dun. So some of the tokens are going to kind of extrude out a little bit like that. And then maybe kind of just be like on top of other tokens. So someone's going to be kind of awkwardly like, where? See, where? It's the penguin. Probably use the bed at some point so we don't get phantoms jumping down on us. Yeah, we're kind of... I'm trying to... so Space Demon says, if the tokens had a design on them, and I know they're too small to have a detailed looking one, what would they have on them? I'm going to be working on that on the craft stream with Cleo on Wednesday. Kind of the pixel art for the inside, both like something that would look good at real scale, but also would compress down to pixel art. I'm going to say, what could I fit in this 5-circle radius space? It's probably going to look something like a galaxy in here. Like, this is a very bad example. Like, what we have here is not good. It'll have the lights, but Okay, we actually need to bring that one over here. Okay. This is going to look pretty cool, I think. Okay. Sculpt blocks and maybe black glazed terracotta. I think we're going to stick with kind of a copper and glowstone palette. I've kind of experimented a little bit here with that. Because tokens in real life would be like brassy. And also when people come in with, people are exploring the world download with like texture packs and, what do you call those? Shaders. Like the metal will actually look metallic and reflect. Whereas if we use like weird blocks that aren't metal, they won't have the reflectiveness. So, yeah. There are occasionally bright silvery ones, but there's not great bright silvery blocks in Minecraft. Whereas we have all these, like, there's not enough options with iron or other silver stuff to really make it work. Melody says, I'm sadly a little sick, but I hope this stream will wake me up enough to go get tea or at least water. Well, I actually need to take a hydration break myself. Let's see who we need to thank for that. Because I just also heard the washing machine go. Miss Canuck has selected Hit the Merch Store. That's a 4-minute song, so that's plenty of time for you to get up get a drink yourself, Melody, and then join me for the last 45 minutes or so of the stream. So, BRB.
It's absurdity in RPG font. Tycho Brahe's behind creased cardboard, but you don't pull up chairs for humor, do you? You shouldn't miss this guy Cthulhu. He shakes a stone. There's Light Eldritch compelling you, the viewers, to hit the merch store. 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 Walnut's Grove is gone, which sucks for a druid. Plus mail is strong, but nuts wise into it. Sigils on the cave wall stabbed like daggers. She took wolf form and she howled aloud. She bit at Cthulhu and she snapped her snout. And by her instincts led you to the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Rosie, she's shopped there before. All her grandkids get gifts from this store. Little halflings with their kingpins playing footloose. I've seen them picnic beneath the stars, wearing their bright dark magic scarves. It's a one-stop shop for birthdays at the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store.
Denard's a paladin, dragonborn, who treats everybody else with scorn. But you know that they all deserve it, don't you? He gains entitlement from bits, or so Jerry claims, so I guess it fits. And they both expect you all to hit the merch store.
Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store. Maybe there are gods beyond whose tendrils shift their waking pawns, but Jerry kinda seems like he has got this. Except the times when the phones light up and ideas arise, then outright erupt, and Jerry's gone, volcanic cursed Rothfuss. What now, Rothfuss? Come on, Rothfuss. Ignore Rothfuss. Gosh darn Rothfuss. Dang it, Rothfuss. My game, Rothfuss. Go home, Rothfuss.
Shut
up,
up.
Rothfuss. Flippin' Rothfuss. Let's not do this. Hit the merch store. Hit the merch store.
Indeed. Alrighty. Welcome back, everyone. We are just placing some coins in our coin box here. Now, what I want to do is I want to get the actual... I want the pixel art that I'm going to work on Wednesday to be asymmetrical in such a way that, like, it would maybe feel like it's got, like, a trailing tail here. Like... I'm not doing a great job with this. But, like... I want it to feel somehow like it's... like it could be rotated a bunch of different ways. And then I want to have it rotated in a bunch of different orientations. I want whatever the design is to work, ideally in at least 4 different orientations. But maybe 8. So you could rotate it 1 block over, clockwise or counterclockwise, and maybe have all of these look like slightly different, because the coins would all fall different ways into the cash box, right? So whatever design I put on there, the less symmetry it has, the better. I just got to make sure it doesn't... yeah, like a spiral type thing. Exactly, Stephanie. But I want it to look like a spiral galaxy in particular. You know, not just a generic geometrical spiral. So that's what we're going to be playing with on the Wednesday morning stream. Thank you very much to Lost Cult Music for showing up, and Tippin7, who writes, cheers! The hydration break message is still present. Yeah, that's why we call it a gift. With a soft J. So, okay. The idea, though, is if yeah, like a Nautilus shell, but like a galactic spire. So, like, what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday with Cleo is I'm going to be looking at a bunch of the Galaxy pixel art here. And looking at, like, what conveys a spiral. Like, this kind of has a tail to it, right? But that's a little bit too big. And this has a spiral to it, but it's also too big. Right? So we're going to look at, like, how could you convey concepts of galaxies at the smaller scales? And with a more limited block palette as well. Good luck with your room, JJ. Alex M says, do you know the Batman building in Nashville, the tallest building in Tennessee? I know the Pinnacle building is the tallest building in Tennessee, and I do know the Batman building is nearby it. Like, the Batman building is technically higher than the Pinnacle building because it's built on a hill, whereas the Pinnacle building is built in a valley. But, like, base to tip, the tower, like, the highest point on the Pinnacle building is further from the bottom of the Pinnacle building than the top of the Batman building is from the bottom of the Batman building. It's just on a hill. So it looks taller. Okay. Bum, ba, da, da. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Where's Joe? Oh, good question. I forgot to turn the face camera back on. Ooh, spooky. That puts us... Oh, yeah. So after we got that last tip, we are $12 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Quill, I think a visible light spectrum would be hard to sell with just the colors that we have available in the tokens. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. So once we get the lowest level in, I want to do stacks on stacks, as the kids say, of these tokens. Is there room against the wall here for more? I think there is. It's hard to tell sometimes where the wall is on this thing. So yeah, we're gonna have to destroy that block there. La da 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 da. Yeah, the lava is just to keep it spawn proof right now. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so how far is this one from the back? There. So that's 2 away. So that can't be... Yeah, we might be able to fit one. Torch spam is my comfort zone, says Wisteria. Well, torch spam gets boring if it's always... I want to do something different. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will just barely fit if we put one here-ish. No. Okay. If we come over though. Two, 1, 2, 3. Diagonally there. 1, 2, 3. Diagonally there, 1, 2, 3. Diagonally there, 1, 2, 3. Diagonally there. Yeah, if your light source doesn't have a chance to kill you, it's boring. Yeah, nobody wants to see the same old stuff from HermitCraft all the time. They want to see new stuff. I am not planning to wax the copper. I think it's actually kind of cool if I let it age on its own over time, but I also keep putting in more stacks of coins. So we're gonna see how that works. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm actually curious, like, how many coins we've got in so far, because I haven't really been counting. I've just been making circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay. Melody says, maybe only wax the last layer of copper. Yeah, maybe. So we got 35 so far, but we're going to have more that are going to stack up, like, up against there and stuff as we go. Centortron says, once the coin box is full, are you going to drive in like Scrooge McDuck? I mean, I could do that now. It's not a good idea. I don't recommend it. But you can. That's an option you have available to you. So I'm just going to eat some pork chops here. Yeah, no, @ signs are going to be too small at this scale, I think. Because, like, the @ symbol on my shirt here is, like, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So these coins are going to be too small for that. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. La da da na na. Ba da. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Do these coins or tokens correspond to US dollars at all? I mean, in real life they might, but not necessarily here. Hey, looks like we got some sort of YouTube-esque raid from Prowl8413. Hello. I'm down here in the lower left, playing on the HermitCraft server. Let me jump up here real quick. I'm going to turn up my view distance, and I can show y'all what I'm working on. Welcome, raiders. Assuming I can land on this thing and turn up my view distance. There's two things I'm trying to accomplish here. I got to get them done. So, my base is just south of the HermitCraft shopping district. My shop is the Sadako axolotl and tadpole shop. Scarland is over there, behind Impulse's shop. And as it loads in, you'll be able to see the edge of the perimeter. My base is the pinball machine over here, which I call Deep Field. I am doing a custom playfield and art package myself. It is based on a cabinet from Spooky Pinball that I measured for total nuclear annihilation. We were just doing some work on the coin box, which I have mob-proofed by filling it with lava. Papa Snuffy says, how do you feel about Borg cubes? I mean, they're kind of itchy, and they get everywhere. But yeah, so we've got the name of the prototype on the side here, Deep Field. And then if we go around this way, you can see some of the pixel art on the front, but it's much more impressive on the side. So why don't we come around this way? Total Chaos Cub Fans big project is over here, if you're familiar with HermitCraft. But yeah. So here is Deep Field from this side. You can see Scarland loading in the background. It's pretty cool. I'm very happy with this. Yep, Prowl did raid out. Welcome, Troy. Glad you could join us. I'm Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee. My mega base on HermitCraft Season 9 is a colossal scale pinball machine. It's 128 meters wide and 256 meters deep. And you might say, Joe, that's oddly specific. Why would you do that? Well, it's so that I can make a map of it. In fact, we actually want to pick up this map because I'm starting to put tokens in the cache box down there. Although I'm also using lava to light it up. So the cache box for our pinball machine is this plastic tray. This is a standard size part that's been the same size for like 50 years. They basically figured out the optimal dimensions for a pinball machine cache box and then kept them. So I was just marking in where the circles are going to be for the tokens. I'm going to be designing some pixel art for the tokens on my Wednesday stream. Every Wednesday morning at 8:30 U.S. Central Time, I do a crafts and art stream with my friend Zombie Cleo. But I kind of wanted to get a sense of, like, how much I could fit in here and get a sense of, like, how many materials I was going to need and stuff. And so this is about 35 tokens on the first layer. And then once we fill these in, I'm going to start having overlapping, like, you know, so I could then have, like, one up here kind of laying across this onto that one and, you know, stuff like that. We'll work on it as we go. Hey, Josie Blue, glad you could join us. But yeah, so now that it's gotten dark, there's Cleo's base over there, Zombie Cleo, who I'm going to be working with on that art stream. Cub Fans Museum and Cleo's Museums are both here. The Crassle and the rest of the shopping district is further to the north. So yeah, if you've seen HermitCraft before and you're just like, well, I don't know where your base is, maybe this little geography lesson will help. But yeah, I wanted to come out this way while the sun is down to show off how the artwork on the side of the machine has come out so far. Because I'm really proud of this pixel art here, based on a JWST Hubble composite photo called, well, it's a deep field photo. And I kind of went through the file in Photoshop and interpreted it one pixel at a time into blocks. No automatic tooling for like, oh, just drop it into this palette. Meanwhile, my friend Ethos base is due south of mine over here. It's going to start loading in. We don't want to get too close just in case he has any spoilers. But I did make sure that my base wouldn't look terrible from his point of view either. So I've actually also got the warning labels and stuff that you would have on the back of a real spooky pinball machine on here. That's another case where I actually just took a picture of the labels, and then I looked at roughly how long each of the words were. The scale of the pinball machine made each letter about 1 block high. And so I just went through word by word and was like, this seems like about 4 blocks. This one seems about 6, blah, blah, blah. So this is the most accurate pinball machine warning label you'll find in Minecraft. Only on the HermitCraft server. So yeah. Let's see, Dock M perimeter is over this way. These chunks aren't quite loading in. And, oh good, I do have more rockets. Put the totem back in the offhand, if you insist. But yeah, so Dock M's base is over this way. And then Grian's and all that is just a little bit past Scarland here. The happiest place on HermitCraft. Which is always a work in progress, always something new over here. I love this
Attention,
music.
One and all, Scarland has now concluded its normal operating day. We thank you for joining us in this land of adventure, fantasy, and exploration. We hope you enjoyed your day in Scarland and hope to see you again real soon. Remember, Main Street will continue to operate for 1 additional hour for your shopping and your delicious snacking needs. Good night and goodbye.
Goodbye, Scarland recording. Scarland's a no-fly zone. Oh, is it? I didn't mean to fly over it. I got distracted by the music. But anyway. Yep. So we have a lot going on here on the HermitCraft server. But yeah, I'm very excited about my base. We're wrapping up this season sometime toward the end of the year or early next year. So I still have a few months to finish out getting everything I need for my play field here. Like, there's going to be a giant bass speaker that'll go over this hole. Currently, this is the entrance to my mines. Oh, it's no flying once you enter with a ticket. You can fly over it. Yeah, okay. Wisteria says, he sounds so much more enthusiastic than I do when I make announcements at work. I miss making announcements at work. I haven't gotten to work somewhere that I make announcements for like 15 to 20 years maybe. Gosh, not 20. But like, yeah. Because like I remember when I worked in the library, I'd be like, the library is now closing. You're a spider. And then all the spiders would leave the library. Yeah, we can lay our heads down and dream. Hey, we got a tip rolling in. Let's see who it's from. Anonymous just tipped 7. So thank you very much, Anonymous. That is going to get us now $5 away from our next face camera expansion milestone and the entrance of the Jost. Yep. Raider 10P says, HermitCraft, you're Java then, right? Yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, did I remember to chug another fireproof potion? I did not. Before we jump down into the lava, let's maybe, do that. But yeah, so we're just marking out the outlines of these tokens now to get a sense of how many of these we can fit in here on each layer. Whoops. That one. Well, the problem with using lava to spawn-proof your area is that occasionally you'll have to, like, burn a block or two. It's fine. Can we fit one more in here? I think we can. So let's say that we had one come like that. Bum, bum, ba-da-dun, dun. Yeah, that goes right up against the wall. It's hard to tell where the wall is, too. Like, this, the surface of this didn't really read until we put the lava in, because otherwise this just looks like a big black box. Yep. Papa Sniffy says, an abacus, how swell. Yeah, we wanted, well, I wanted, like, tips to work toward cumulative goals. And so the face camera gets bigger when we hit certain tipping milestones, and the abacus keeps track of that. So, like, whether one person gives $20 or 20 people give $1, it still makes, progress. That's a fun way to show it off. But yeah. This is about 36 buckets of lava. I thought I could do this with 12, and that was dumb because I didn't realize how big this was. Lost Cult Music says, could you have one resting diagonally? Hey, Josie Blue, tipping 10. Woo! That is going to get us 5 past our next face camera expansion milestone. Oh no. So up until now, with each face camera expansion milestone we hit, you saw that money go straight to my head. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Jost. Bum, 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 bum. Lowering the opacity now to 90%. At this point, each additional face camera expansion will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in opacity. And we are $15 away from that. Once again, thanks to Josie Blue. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so somebody said, can you have one resting diagonally? I've thought about it. The awkward thing is being diagonal does weird stuff to the hypotenuse of a triangle. If it's if it's 7 blocks, it would actually be like 7 times 1.41 or something like that. So it would end up actually feeling like it's 10, So then you have to kind of shorten it, but only on the one side, but that's going to mess with the pixel art. We're going to have to play with it. Realistically, though, most of these, what I'm probably going to do is just have them laying flat, but laying flat, resting on top of other coins. So you see how this coin here is going to be resting on top of that one there? We're going to have a lot more of that. Yeah, Papa Snuffy, every Christmas, every year, I do a 4-day reading of A Christmas Carol. So, Sarah Farron says 10 question mark? Oh, okay. So, are you asking, so Josie Blue tipped 10. we were 5 away from our last goal, and so now the extra 5 is going toward the next $20 milestone. So yeah, basically every year I break down A Christmas Carol into 4 nights of reading while we play Minecraft, and do silly voices and have guests doing some of the other character voices. We had Mr. Hard Luck, who is a pro wrestler, as the Ghost of Christmas Present one year, who was all like, "Come in and know me better, man!" You know, that sort of thing. We had my fantastic fiance, my beloved betrothed, as the Ghost of Christmas Past. We've had all sorts of folks. Sarah Farron, I'm not sure what that means, but I'm glad you're enthusiastic. Polaris North Star says, it's a blast. I caught the low end last year, and it was great. Thank you. Clam Meditation says, the Christmas Carol reading, super fun. Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing that for a few years now, and it's a fun little Christmas tradition of on my channel. But I keep the chains year-round, because I got them. Why not? Technologic says you can make an announcement now for a group of people for nostalgia's sake. Oh, you're saying I could... Oh, because I like the Scarland announcement and I feel bad. Yeah, I don't know what kind of announcements I would make at a pinball machine. Because pinball machine announcements would usually something like... Ball 1, locked. Ball 2, locked. Shoot the spinner for big points. I don't know. Oh, dang it. It is hard to fly in between those drop targets there. Ball saved. Player 2, shoot again. But yeah. No, that's true. I could set up voice clips to play when people do shoot certain shots. Yeah, the pop bumpers are going to go in these holes here. These 4 are going to be pop bumpers. We're going to have a captive ball trapped here with a stand-up target to hit there. Lock is lit! That's the thing, though, is I don't know, like, what voice I would do that sounds very spacey. I mean, I guess I could just do my normal voice, like, lock is lit! But it'd be more fun to do something sillier. Like the Keanu Reeves, like, that was a most excellent attempt to light that lock. If not, an even more successful one. But, like, that's a little bit verbose. Neil Armstrong impression, maybe. Yeah, the thing is, like, this is kind of like... So that's the thing, is there was a lot of space-themed pinball machines back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And so this is, like, based on modern instrumentation. I think the oldest space telescope we're going to reference in this whole work is Hubble. And that was, like, 90s, right? So we're not necessarily going back to, like, JFK or, you know, John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, anything back then. You could have a repeating track like the Black Knight 2000 pinball machines. Yeah, we could do a lot with this. I haven't worked it out exactly what we're going to do, but we could do a lot. Maybe use a voice changer to get a crackly Keanu voice. You know what, though? Hold on. Is there a... Let me see... I'm looking at the filters that come in. The filters that come in OBS. Okay, I don't know why this Sarah Pearson keeps yelling things that don't make any sense. So I'm just going to time you out so you have a chance to read the rules. But yeah, please don't yell in all caps. Houston, this is ball 1 lock. Can confirmed that the Houston, this is saucer 1. Can confirm ball 1 is locked. Thank you, Saucer1. This is Houston acknowledging. There actually is an Apollo 13 pinball machine that has a 13-ball multi-ball. I think the mode is called Houston, We Have a Problem. Stephanie also says, bought my kids the Bob mic for his birthday. It has some random effects that might fit the Jill Hills difference. The thing is, there are a bunch of filters that I could put on in OBS that I haven't like downloaded or installed because I don't want to risk screwing up like an actual intentional recording. Since this is also what I use to record my episodes, they'd be fun to have on stream until all of a sudden I've got the wrong filter turned on and somebody shows up and there's something important to record real quick. Right? And then I'm like, oh no, I'm scrambling to turn it off. Okay, so I feel like we have burned through all of our fireproof potions way too fast. Like, we should not have burned through them this fast. But then again, I've got a lot of empty glass bottles here. Okay, so let's run to the potion hut. Yeah, I think 13-ball multi-ball is a record in pinball. They were... Yeah, the Apollo 13 tie-in pinball machine, they tried to do something interesting, and I think they succeeded. I've played it a couple times. It's pretty it's fun, and they made it relatively easy to start that multi-ball, because that's like kind of the whole gimmick for the machine. Dun, 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 dun. So let's go put the... Whoops. Dang it. 3 empty slots in a chest is not 3 empty slots in a brewing stand. There we go. What's the hole in the ground for? Not sure which hole you're referring to. Doc's perimeter is for mob farms or something. Maybe, if that's the one you're asking about. The hole inside the pinball machine that goes all the way down to bedrock is my mine entrance. I can't believe we burned through this many fireproof potions this fast. The hole in the bottom of the ball you're in now. Oh, that used to be... There used to be a water bucket in there. Or I had a... Yeah, that used to be where I would fill up new... This is going well. That used to be where I would fill up the water buckets. Okay. I need an auto brewer. No, so I don't actually have a car anymore. I still have the bumper though. Like it came off, but it's very large. Let's just leave the chains on the ground. But yeah, like, now that I don't have a car, I'm going without a lot of automotive solutions. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Clam Meditation says they let you keep the car bumper. Yeah, well, so when the car was totaled, they, you know, asked, like, so, you know, they're like, is the bumper in the car? I was like, no. I had to take it out to wipe down all the soda that exploded when I got hit. And I'm like, do you need me to, like, go get it? And they're like, well, so basically anything that's in the car, like, is, like, part of what they're going to sell for scrap. But the plastic, like, the bumper is plastic. It's not metal. And it's completely unusable at this point because it got trashed so much when it, you know, got pushed under the car by the car behind me. So they were like, no, you don't have to go get it. We're not going to be able to sell it. I'm like, okay, So I just still have it. And this is like the only place with enough, like, this is the only place that I could put it that like my kid wouldn't trip over it, because she's not supposed to like be in here when I'm not supervising her. Because like this is like a actual workspace. So, oh dang it, I forgot to put the redstone dust back too. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Let's get a new bucket of water though. Let's refill that water thing so we can. Yeah, it is kind of annoying not having the car anymore. But it's cool that I got to keep the bumper. On one of the upcoming arts and crafts streams, I'm gonna clean it and maybe start painting it or something. Nope, Queen says you can turn it into a Hot Wheels track and say you have bumper cars. Yeah, so I talked to my fiance about like, oh, if I paint this and turn it into an art piece, can we display it like, you know, maybe over the fireplace or something? And my fiance's like, or once we get a garage, you could keep it in the garage. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fair. Because I don't even know like what kind of paints I can use on plastic like that. It's gonna take a lot of trial and error, and I haven't even had time to like clean it properly yet, which would be like step one would be to clean it and dry it. So yeah. Na 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 na. Do 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 do. Swap out the Silk Touch for this other one. Oh, we've actually got... No, we've got a Silk Touch one already. Cool, cool. Welcome, Silkwing Butterfly. Glad you could join us. Could be a modern light hanging piece. Yeah, maybe. I mean, honestly, I haven't really had time to think about it yet, because, like, just dealing with the insurance company, there's a lot that goes into... a lot that goes into car stuff, like your car getting totaled. Turns out super inconvenient. So yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to think about the artistic upshots yet. That's just kind of a avenue I'm keeping open for the future. Okay, so this is... There's enough room to go one block back further, but not there. Okay. This might be basically done here. Okay. Well, we are at the hour, and because I've got a lot of editing to do to try and get this episode sometime this week, and this is our third stream of the day. I think we're going to wrap up here at the hour-and-a-half mark, but let's do last call for tips, give anybody who wants to a chance to support the show. Once again, we were 15 away from the next Face Camera expansion milestone, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Just as a reminder, if you enjoy the show, you can always find out when my next stream is going to be at joehills.net/soon, where I've got my streaming calendar. Tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m., I'm going to be playing V Rising, the vampire castle building and villager slaughtering game with my fiance. And then 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, I'm going to be playing, I'm going to be crafting and doing art with Zombie Cleo. 8:30 a.m. on Thursday, my sister Quinn will be in studio here with me to play guitar, and we'll be playing some more HermitCraft then. So, hopefully I'll have this next episode out midweek. We're talking about a lot of cool stuff, and I'm trying to find a good way to keep it visually interesting, and I think I have an idea. It's just time-consuming from an editing standpoint. So, yeah, I have more work to do tonight. So I'm not off to bed yet, but I know some of y'all are, in which case I hope you lay your head down and dream. Why don't we go ahead and play that reprise, the outro music we don't play very often.
The city is bright, but the stars keep growing dimmer. The dishwasher runs, then you find forks from dinner. Killing lights, charging phones, setting alarms to make their tones. Winding down, closing blinds, the rest for tomorrow when there's time. down and dream.
Lay your head down and
Let
dream.
your mind flow downstream.
Sprawled out in a moonbeam.
Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills has left the building.
iJevin is still streaming on HermitCraft, though, at twitch.tv/iJevin. So if you go over there, say howdy, y'all. Joe Hills right here. Can't do a real formal cross-platform raid. But until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.